Hi and welcome everyone. It's Karin Hagberg here from Aspire Wellbeing with another daily Facebook Live. Um, and I'm going to give Facebook a chance to just notify some of you um, to notify you so we get some viewers here. And once you come in and watch this live, why don't you write something in the comment, perhaps engage a little bit with thumbs up and hearts and all that sort of stuff, because that just helps spread this kind of information out there in the world a lot more. You can of course share it on your page, you can share it with your friends and so on. So let's give it a little bit of a moment. I am today going to share some tips on how you can live your best life by following your passion. So that is the topic today, and in the description of this video you will see that there's quite a few different things and gifts and all kinds of things that you can join in. There's a link to the Awakened Wellness Warriors, which is my community. There you can join that group for more wellness and life tips and like-minded people, that sort of stuff. There you can join a free wellness and life challenge. You just opt in for that. You can go into the draw of winning a beautiful turmeric drop bottle. There's a lot of gifts below in the description, so make sure you check that out, and we'll see if Facebook will send some people some notifications. So once you come in here and start watching this, just let me know how you're going today. I'd love to hear how you're going this Saturday. It's about 20 to 5 here in Australia. I'm in New South Wales, and I know some of you will join me from overseas. I have quite a few Swedish followers, so good morgen. Good morgon. I don't know what language that was, mixed in between Swedish and German. Anyway, and there will be other people in the States and so on. So the time will be a little bit different depending on where you are, but you are most welcome to join me here now. Or as I said, if you watch the replay, just hashtag replay. I'd love to have your comments and your feedback and your thoughts on this. So how can we follow our passion? I'm going to start sharing why I think it's important, and I guess why it's so important both personally and professionally. And a little bit of my experience, because honestly, my whole life I have been following my passion. I'm not a person to do things that I'm not passionate about. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm following my highest excitement. I go with love rather than fear. I jump into things and I make quick decisions, and I just love living a passionate life. So why is that so important? I'd love to hear your comments below, but for me, I mean, it's pretty simple. It does bring fulfillment and joy. Hey, if we're not doing what we like doing, life is not so much fun. So for me, it gives me a sense of purpose, and it just brings so much more joy into my life. So for me, that means that I engage in activities and things that aligns with my values and aligns with my passion, and it that gives me that, just happiness and joy. Of course, some people say to me, and I find this quite interesting, some people say, oh, I don't know what I'm passionate about. Well, think about that for a moment, because if there's something that you do regularly and you like, for example, if you like knitting, you're more than likely to knit. And you don't think about that as as something that you need to do. You don't have to push yourself to do it. You just do it because you really, really enjoy it, don't you? So the other thing, indication, is that you're passionate about something and you can't stop thinking about it. You think about when you're next gonna do it. So that's another big clue. What do you spend money on? You know, that's something you tend to be passionate about too. So, to follow your passion, it gives you that deep sense of satisfaction. Um, I also think that passion really fuels that motivation. So we are really inspired. It comes from it, that motivation. It's actually inspiration. We are inspired. We don't need to have that external push or what I call motivation to do it. We really just feel really inspired to do it, and we just do it. And when you are doing something you're really passionate about, you're more likely to stay committed to it, even when you're being challenged. And I mean, challenges, as you know, always going to come up. So when we are passionate about something, it's a lot easier to get through difficulties, and it keeps you that drive and the commitment long term. So for me, people say, "Oh, you're really inspiring, Karin. You do so many things." Well, for me, for example, today I took my little e-bike, which I love. I'm in my boot, in my moon boot, because I injured my foot. But I love going out in nature. I love being outside. I love going on my little e-bike. So I'm able to do that. And I rode it to the gym. And I really enjoy just sort of being in a community where there's people around and I get to connect with people, and I love moving my body because it makes me feel good. So I don't have to kind of push myself to do that because I really like doing it. Of course, it's not always the thing that I want to do, but I am committed to doing that, and ultimately I really like the feeling of it when I get fitter and how I feel after. So the other thing that I think why it's so important to have passion, it is because it really leads to personal growth. Pursuing your passion often requires that you step out of your comfort zone and you start to learn new things. So it kind of pushes you to improve, and it leads to that personal growth, whether it is building new skills or just gaining that confidence. And perhaps it is that you have thought about starting a little side business, a little online business, and you see other people do it and they seem to be having so much fun, and you get into doing that. That's certainly going to lead to personal growth, and it's a lot of fun because you have community and like-minded people around you. So following passion definitely leads to personal growth, that's for sure, and I think that's really important. Now, passion also, it really ignites creativity. When you are passionate about something, you're more than likely to think outside the box and come up with really innovative new ideas, and that can lead to breakthroughs in personal projects, in business, and in other areas of your life. So passion definitely ignites creativity. I also think that when you follow your passion, and why it's so important is it starts to inspire other people. They see that you really, really enjoy what you're doing, don't they? Have you ever done something you're really passionate about? And people, it really has a positive effect and a ripple effect on other people. Um, because what you do when you follow your highest excitement or passion, you actually start to live authentically and you start to pursue what you love. And that is really encouraging other people to do the same. So, the enthusiasm you have to do what you really are passionate about can really motivate others to do the same. So other people also are able to kind of step out of their comfort zone and step into following their dreams as well, and also be prepared to take a little bit of risk and follow their own dreams. So it really does, following your passion, I think it's important because it inspires other people. And I hear that a lot, guys. I get personal messages, and it is really nice to see that me just living uh, my life authentically and following my passion. Absolutely, people watch that, and I get personal messages saying, "Oh, you're so inspiring, Karin. I wish I could take off in the van like you do. I wish I could start an online business like you do, and you know, travel and do things, and it just looks so much fun. You're so inspiring. You go to the gym." Hey, the thing is, you can actually do that, but it does require you to sit down and just like connect in with yourself a little bit to figure out what it is you actually like doing. And you've got to be really, really honest with yourself, because unfortunately we're so conditioned to kind of listen to other people. We listen to other people. We have been influenced perhaps our whole life, depending on how, I guess, easily influenced we are. We listen to other people and we don't want to step out of the box. And, we're told to do things in a certain way. So, it requires a little bit of, just being honest with yourself and saying, no, I actually like this. I've always wanted to, start an online business. I always wanted to, get a van and set that up and do it. Um, so, you just got to be honest with yourself and sit with it a little bit and ask yourself the right questions, and then start to take small steps towards following their passion. So they are some of the things that I think why it's so important to follow your passion. The other thing too is that it can actually lead to success. So just by it will, you just stay with your passion and persevere, and you're following that highest excitement, that joy. That will, if you continue on that path, that will lead to success. Because think about it, if you don't follow what you're passionate about, well, at the end of your life, when you're lying there and you're about to leave this earth, and you think back, did I actually do what I was passionate about? Or did I just stay in a job? Did I, do things that I didn't really like at all? I didn't enjoy it. I wish I could do it again. So maybe sometimes it's good to future pace, to actually look at, I often do that at the end of my life, when I like that, would I be happy with how I lived my life so far? All right, so that's why it's so important to follow your passion. All right, I've had, it hasn't always been easy to follow my passion, because sometimes there's so many beliefs around it why we shouldn't do it, and sometimes there's a little bit of fear. Like, I remember, a lot of big things and decisions that I made myself, and I'm sure you've done made very big decisions yourself when you have decided to take this road or that road, the harder road or the easy road, whatever. Um, um, and think about one time when you have really connected in and you've decided to follow your passion. For me, I'll give you one example. I remember um, writing down things that I really wanted to do. And one of those things was to write a book. And so I wrote that down. I remember being at a seminar. It was actually with Bob Proctor, all his work. And we had to write down what we really wanted to do. And one of the things that I wrote, I wanted to write a book about wellness and Pilates. And then towards the end of the meeting, then the question was, are you basically going to are you going to follow your passion or are you not? And it was a scary big decision because at that time it was a massive investment involved in doing that. And I was sitting on it for for a week or so. And in the end, I thought, well, if not now, when? If not now, when? Let's just do it. All right. Obviously, that came with some challenges, but enormous amount of personal growth and so many things, creativity, so much have come out of that. And it's certainly something that I don't regret doing. And there's many other examples of following my passion. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was kind of saying that, I've never sold my soul. And with that, it really means that I'm not prepared to live someone else's life. If you sell your soul to someone else's passion or purpose, well, I would call that you selling your soul, because you're not being authentically you and you're not following your highest passion or highest excitement or joy. So I'm sure you've got lots and lots of things too where, just reflect on it, where maybe you haven't followed your passion, maybe you've chosen another path and you haven't really been true to you, or there's been a time where you really, really followed your passion, highest excitement. I'd love to hear your story. You can share below. It would be lovely to hear. So let's talk a little bit about what actually holds you back from following your passion or your joy. Well, the first one I think is a fear of failure. That's a big one. Fear of judgment or, criticism. What are you doing? Are you doing that? Really, come on. How are you going to make a living of that? You can't. I remember someone saying to me, Karin, but you can't teach Pilates very long, Once you get to a certain age, you're just too old, you can't do it anymore. And I thought, what? So, someone had their own belief about a certain thing, but that was their belief about things. Another thing that can hold you back from following your passion, of course, is uncertainty, perhaps financial instability. There's a lot of kind of limiting beliefs that can hold us back. But for example, when it comes to fear, that is a normal thing. Fear is normal. It's going to be there. It's not going to, be just lovey-dovey and easy. Fear is going to be there in the background. It's a natural thing to come up. But what we can do is to reframe that fear, that you are stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's okay. You're stepping out. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone because I want to personally grow and I want to follow my passion. So we can always reframe how we look at a thing, and that will make it a lot easier. Following my highest excitement. I'm really passionate about this. I may be a little bit scared, but I'm following my passion and my joy, and I know that's going to give me so much pleasure, even though it's going to be hard at times. What I would encourage you to do is perhaps take out a pen and paper and write down your biggest fear. What is your biggest fear? What is that thing that actually is holding you back? Okay, so take out a piece of paper or write it below, share it with the viewers, and just say, look, my biggest fear is that someone might think I might look stupid. What about if I don't succeed? Write that down. Anything, maybe you're really scared of public speaking. For example, me talking here on Facebook, someone that's doing a Facebook Live for the first time might be really, really nervous, but they want to do it. So you can write down, my biggest fear is, making a fool out of myself, or, I'm not confident in front of people, write it down. Okay. And then what I would suggest, you look at what you've written down and you reframe it. It's such a good skill to have. Look at what's holding you back and then reframe it. Think about what you're actually going to get out of it if you do it. It's the only way to grow. One of my favorite sayings is just do it. Just do it. Screw it. Just do it. Just do it. Because we don't know how we're going to feel until we do it, for a start. And, who cares if we're not perfect? If someone thinks I should be perfect, well, they can go and do it themselves. I take my hat off anyone that actually gives things a go, and that's the only way that we can grow. Another little step to follow your passion is to take small steps. So you may not want to start with the biggest step, a huge one, because it's just too much for you. So, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Start with something really small, at kind of a manageable step, just a little bit. So, for example, if you run an online business, just start networking with people just a few minutes a day. It doesn't have to be like you're going to be communicating with a whole Facebook community. Just make it a little small step, and take 10 minutes a day on following your passion, and then just let that grow. Just increase the time, something like that. Another big tip for for sharing your passion and staying in it is to surround yourself with good support. People that support your passion. You want to have a community of like-minded people. People are going to not bag you for following your passion, be there to support you and encourage growth. So what I was going to say is, I've got my community, the Awake and Wellness Warriors, and that's just keep continuing to grow. That's where people come into a space where there's like-minded people, and I want to support your growth. I want to support your passion, following your passion, your highest excitement. So you can always join a community and surround yourself with those people and get the support through there. You can also, of course, seek out mentors, coaches, and any community that you really feel like you're going to get a lot out of. There's a lot of them, particularly here on Facebook. Then, of course, you got to embrace the process and not just think about the outcome. So success isn't just about achieving the end goal. It's actually about learning to enjoy the journey. So I often say, like, for example, when it comes to wellness, you know, if we're going to decide to live a healthy lifestyle, that is one of our passions, you know, it's about embracing wellness and learning little things every day, and dealing with the challenges as we go along on that wellness journey. It's not just about setting this scary big goal and we think we got it, you know, tomorrow. It's about just experience, you know, life and that journey, because what life really is. Life is just an experience, and we create that experience. We create it in our thoughts, we create it by our actions, and the more we do it, the easier it becomes. We've got to practice, if we're not used to follow our passion and step into that. So I'd like you to write down in the comments. I'd like you to maybe write down in your journal, what are you passionate about? You know, what do you think about a lot? What do you do a lot? What do you spend money on? What have you been dreaming about doing? Maybe it is to, you know, start an online business or go traveling, or whatever it might be. Take up a new hobby, and take small steps. So every day you take small steps, and I'd like to encourage you to take a small step today, one little step today, to follow your passion. Now, I have got a challenge, and it's not really a challenge, it's a 30-day free wellness and life challenge. The information is in the description of this video. I highly recommend you go and opt in for that. You're just going to get an email every day with little tips, okay? And just by tapping in every day to that, it teaches you to, you know, be accountable to yourself, you know, to invest in yourself, to focus on yourself, and think about what you're really passionate about. So I welcome you to join that 30-day free wellness and life challenge. And that's about it, what I wanted to share with you. I hope you got something out of that today. And I'm going to continue to follow my passion and keep creating, because I love creating. If you are not part of the Wake and Wellness Warriors, head over there and join in. And if you haven't, I will put my YouTube link up the top, so you can join YouTube for all my videos and all that sort of stuff. And of course, if you want to win a bottle of this amazing turmeric that I've got here in the glass, I'll put some drops in here. This is how yellow it is. This is truly magical. I have been to the gym 6 days in a row now, and I'm blown away with the recovery I'm having. I'm not sore. I feel good. Inflammation is just being lowered, and I feel 20 years younger. There's information about that. Make sure you don't miss out. You want to win that bottle of the turmeric as well. So thank you for joining me. Please give me some love and likes on the video. Please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I look forward to hearing from you. As always, it's so good to connect with all you guys. Have an awesome long weekend here in Australia. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for another live.